Oh wow, an Animal Crossing for the Switch is coming out next year. Better make a video about it to capitalize on the hype. Animal Crossing New Leaf is a Nintendo title released in 2012, and I remember being very excited for it for no good reason. The most interaction I had had with the franchise at that point was playing Wild World for maybe all about 10 minutes, and maybe seeing some of the characters pop up in Super Smash Bros. Brawl. Even then I was paying more attention to my older brother beating me to a bloody pulp than some absolute garbage fighting games. All I can remember was that one of my cousins, for a very short window, was very excited about it, and not at all. And in that short window, I bought the game, and I loved it. Soon I was playing it just about every day, and I loved every second of it. Much to the dismay of my family members, it was all I talked about. I cringe at those days. The game is presented in an overhead third-person view of your character. The world is shaped like a big rolling pin that rotates as you move around it. Most of your daily playtime will consist of speaking to villagers, performing small tasks for them, checking out the shops, and hunting wildlife in the form of fishing and catching things in your butterfly net. All of this is supposed to lead towards the goal of Animal Crossing. What is the goal of Animal Crossing, you may ask? There is none per se, so it's left up to you how to go about that. But me, I go for straight cash money, baby! I want a house I can show off to the folks at MTV, you know? Yeah, man, we got this cool couch, a blender, a t-shirt. It's a work in progress. The characters in this game are a bit strange to talk about. Every time I play, I become disinterested with the actual villagers, and get way more interested in the other NPCs like Nook and Blathers. The small nuances in their animation and speech give them so much more character than that weirdo who lives too close to me. I'm looking at you, Henry. I guess it makes more sense the developers put more personality into these guys. After all, the players will interact with these characters no matter what town they create. And it'd be much harder to do the same with the old villagers that you can have move into your town, which is over 300. Well, there you go, I suppose. I have to say that I love the graphics in this game. A lot of time I see graphics on a spectrum that goes from minimalist to detailed. I think New Leaf lives in a nice middle ground that's colorful and nice to look at, but it's not too busy. It doesn't distract you, but if you take a moment to look at the screen, you can see things like the creases in the rocks, the little shapes they tile on the grass to give it texture, the way clouds move gently in the sky. If screensavers were still a thing, I'd definitely try to find one like this. I also really like seeing those villagers that were kind of designed as a set, like a bunch of action figures that you really want to collect, like that stupid Fantastic Four Lunchables thing they did all those years ago. I have a love and a bias for games with open-ended stories and gameplay, and I fully attribute that love to New Leaf. It was really unlike any other game I had played at that time, and after owning it, going on 6 years now, I think it still might hold the title for the most time I've ever sunk into a game. I don't have much of a scoring system yet, but I'm going to give New Leaf an 8 out of 10 for its solid gameplay, pleasing art style, and bias that won't be shaken until the Switch 1 comes out next year. Earlier I mentioned how I played Wild World, the Animal Crossing title for the DS, at one point in time. I had no idea what Animal Crossing was, and my younger cousin just handed me their DS and said, "Here, play this!" So I did for like 10 minutes before just shutting the thing off. Later they were like, "Did you save?" And I lied straight to their face and said, "Yep." And they were like, "Are you sure? I didn't show you how to save." And I said, "I figured it out." Little did I know what I had wrought on my cousin, the anger that would be unleashed on her as Mr. Rossetti emerged from the ground to berate her for her crimes which she did not commit. Several years later, a cousin let me borrow and play the GameCube version, and I'll give you my less than 20-word synopsis on it so I don't have to make a video. It was poopy garbage, and I didn't like it very much.